important to me.
Hi, everybody. It's LindaG, and today I'm with Marianne Stikas. Hi, Marianne.
Hello.
We were already getting along great. Lisa, my girlfriend Lisa sent me these cards, and she said you do cards, and I'm thinking tarot cards. But look at she's an artist, and she's in New York, and used to do fat with your art. And then the 2008 recession. And then when Trump came in, people stopped buying art.
Unless you were blue chip,
Okay.
you know.
So anyway, I used two of those cards yesterday, not realizing these were the cards that were here. So
that thrills me that you use them. I like that because I was
yeah.
worried. When I first started had the idea to do it, I thought, well, everybody's on the internet. Do people, I mean, I like writing people letters and cards, but will anybody else? So I'm thrilled that you did
Look at
that.
the little bunny rabbit. Look at the little bunny rabbit. So she does I love birds. She just showed me the picture of the owl again that you have.
The double bird one is really special. I have a story about that. Here's the owl. You want the owl?
Yeah. Look at look at that.
Anyway, the double bird one meant a lot because that, do you want me to tell you the story of that one?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
I had a client in California actually, who owns my work, and I was talking to her, and she told me she wanted a drawing, that she was telling me her husband had just passed, and she was really pretty mournful, and they've been together a long time, and she said they used to refer to each other as their mourning doves because mourning doves mate for life. And it was like just a beautiful story. And she said, I said, well, what do you want me to do? She says, whatever you want. I said, okay. So I thought about it, and I came across this image of one mourning dove with his wing over the other one, protecting her. And it was weird because it came to me like her husband came to me and said, that's the one you're going to draw. And it was just a really
taken back when she saw it.
She loved it, and I did it big too, so it's not like a little thing. It's like in her face, all the time. And she was like so overwhelmed. It's like we both cried. It was just beautiful. And anyway, so I like it when spirit does that.
So on the bottom of this, I'm going to give you her email, which is M as in Michael, Stikas, Stikas @gmail. And you would write her and say she can send you copies of the types she has.
I don't have a website for these
not yet. Because it costs money to do a website.
Yeah,
she's building herself back up. So if you guys would really like maybe just pictures of what she has. She does them in groups of 6, correct?
Yes.
And yeah, I got these from Lisa, and I didn't really read it. I get a lot of note cards from people, different artiste type.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
And I love note cards. I use them all the time. There's one person that I buy a lot of note cards. I usually like flowers and stuff like that. But there's this one artist that does beautiful paintings of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Huh.
That I do. So, but yeah. So anyway, I found a real good place. So this is because I always have to send out note cards.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because I mean, I don't need to get rich off this. I just need to need to pay my bills. That's all. So
yeah,
if it works, it works. Throw it out to the universe.
Has New York been good to you besides that?
New York? New York is the greatest city in the world, in my opinion.
Were you there for 9/11? I imagine you were.
I live 5 blocks from Ground Zero. Yeah. Yeah, it was a difficult time. It was a difficult time.
Did you know people that were in the building?
No, thank God.
Yeah.
No, thank God I didn't. The worst part of it, well, the buildings coming down and people dying was the worst part, but it lingered for months because every day you'd go out and there'd be an inch of white dust on everything for like 2, 3 months.
And
Plus,
that was all kinds of
yeah,
toxic stuff.
yeah, especially after Christy Whitmer said that, oh no, no, it's all the air's been tested, it's all okay, you know. And anyway, people are still dying from that, but
A
that's
fireman just died the other day.
it's on my street, Church Street, which goes right down to Ground Zero. There were crushed fire trucks parked. I mean, you couldn't drive below I'm right at Canal Street, which is where you couldn't drive south of anymore, and I'm below the 1 block below. And I mean, I had to show proof that I lived here if I, left. Um, that's where they parked the fire trucks until they could tow them out. So the reminder was here for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
A very long time. It was a dark day, but it's really magical down there now.
I have to go to New York. I have to see the 9/11.
If you ever come here, you will contact me and
Okay.
I will take you down there. It is the most poetic, beautiful tribute because it's just it's a rectangle of the buildings, two of them, and then there's just this quiet. If you've ever been to the Vietnam Wall in Washington, it has that same feeling. There's a reverence and a quiet, and it just speaks to your soul, and
Yeah.
it's I don't know.
Wasn't at the Vietnam Wall. I haven't been to Washington, D.C. And by the way, they're closing down any tours because he's building that ballroom. But anyway, I was in France, and I have a cousin that is buried there that I
Oh well,
knew. Yeah,
that has to have the same kind of energy.
it's that energy. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like you're taken somewhere else, and if you don't believe in the realm as you refer to it, you will.
And in my book, by the way, if you guys,
I read your book, yeah.
I talk about a gentleman that came to me. I was reading his mom, and his mom had a son that committed suicide right in front of her. He took a gun to his head. And I'm reading and I see this young man, boom, I could feel the boom. And she said, yeah, my son put a gun to his head and, shot. And I said, oh my God, because I could feel it. It happened so quickly. And he was apologizing and stuff. And then all of a sudden, her and I are ending. She had all kinds of dead relatives. And as we're ending, this young man walked through the wall and he had a blue suit. I think he had a red tie, kind of like a Trump look, with black curly hair, big old smile. And he was like, I'm here. And she goes, what? Because she could tell I was looking at something. I said, there's a young man here that wants to say hello to you. And she's looking confused. And he said he died in 9/11. That was
Ooh.
my only 9/11 I've ever had. And I said to her, he died in the collapse of 9/11. And she was like, what? And he said, I'm her cousin. And he said, and I told her, he says, he's the cousin. And she said, cousin? No, like she doesn't recall a cousin. And then he's very insistent. He's your cousin. And I see a woman, and he's trying to talk to you about a woman. She goes, oh, my cousin had a son who died in 9/11. Well, he's still her cousin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was
So,
going to say, sometimes with mediumship, people don't get it for a little while.
so he wanted me to tell her to tell his mother. He was a newlywed when it happened.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so she suffers with the mourning of the loss of him, plus the fact that the woman moved on, remarried, has two beautiful kids. He said, tell her not to be sad about that. It's okay. I'm glad she got married. I'm glad
You know what's hard about all that stuff is to remember, I hate to even say this, but I believe it, that they all came here to do that.
yes.
And it's like when you think about that, holy crap, 3,000 people, you know,
You'd never know with the
volunteered.
joy that was on his face. He was absolutely joyful.
Well, that's just it. They're always happy on the other side, you know?
Yeah. And then she called her cousin in New York. She still lived in Manhattan. And she said, your son came to me via a psychic and wanted you to know that he's doing great. Please don't be sad that his wife had remarried and had to, and I guess she passed out or something. But she was so happy to hear that he's fine over there, you know?
They really are. I personally can't wait, you know?
Yeah, it's
You know,
beautiful over there.
yeah, yeah. I'm glad I'm old, you know?
So, tell me about because you also got involved in Psychic Connection.
Yeah, it's funny because I think a lot about, you know, if it wasn't for the body deteriorating, I kind of really like being old, because looking back at your own story and connecting the dots and um, building the chapters and going, oh yeah, that's why that happened. Oh yeah, you know, and how I got to. I mean, I've always been, you know, I read Edgar Cayce when I was a teenager and all of
Oh,
that,
I loved Edgar
and
Cayce.
it was in my family, you know, and I'm Greek and you know, my parents would have friends over for dinner and they'd sit around and read the coffee grinds out of the Turkish coffee cups. My grandmother was psychic, and did a couple of pretty wild things, for me. I remember one time in college doing the Ouija board with some friends of mine because a mutual friend of ours had died and we thought it was weird and suspicious and blah, blah, blah. And some very dark energies came through, which I didn't know because what did I know? I was just playing with the Ouija board. And I called my grandmother and she freaked out that I was playing with a Ouija board. And she had this prayer. She called it, it's called the Prayer for Vaskanya, and it was all in Greek, and it's to get rid of evil spirits and make them go away, you know, blah, blah, blah. It made me promise never to do it again, which I haven't. But as time went on, see, I always knew that they could do that, it was in my family and it was part of daily life, but I never thought about I could do it or wanted to do it. I was making art since I was 7,
Yeah.
um, which interestingly, I've noticed recently a lot of people in this community talking about age 7. There's something about that. I don't know what it is, but I know that's when I knew I was going to be an artist. Um, I, I, I always tell people that I think artists make art because they're not comfortable in the real world, so they have to create one that they can live in. And anyway, somehow when YouTube stuff started, you know, creators on YouTube, psychics and all, somehow I got to Debbie and Kim Intuitive Views mediumship class. And I was real nervous about it, but I really liked it. And Kim turned me on to a group of people who practiced. And this woman, Cindy, who was just extraordinary, she actually just started her own YouTube channel too. Um, I found the Akashic Records through her, and it was like, whoa, this is where I belong, you know? And I've been developing that and working with that and doing as many readings as I can with that. Um, and it's interesting how it all
How do you know it's the Akashic Records? How do you know?
because there's a prayer that I say, I do a meditation, a prayer, and I go into the records. And everybody does it. I guess everybody approaches it differently. Mine tend to be, it's like a movie. Somebody wants to know, has a question, so we have to figure out the right way to word the question for the records to get as much information as we can. And then once that's decided, I do a prayer, I go into the records, and it's like sometimes I'm in a library, but often I'm not. And I get an image, and I start with the image, and then the story just unfolds. We go from this to the other to the other. And I always have my clients, I always tell them if they want to interrupt me with a question, like if I say something that, they want to respond to or ask a question, that's okay. So sometimes my reading can go on too long, but I love them, so it doesn't matter. And it's just this, and it's all in metaphor. So for people who love looking at life through that lens, it can work for them. And it's really it's not like tarot, or it doesn't it's like having a divine therapist or something. It's not going to tell you what could happen or might happen in the future. It's more about showing you to yourself so that you know the next step to take, or a light bulb will go off, or
Does it talk about your past? Are the records about your past too?
yeah, sure. I've even gone into past lives. Um, I've even, I mean, in one that I did, someone came through that was surprising to me and to the sitter, that had something to say. So I'm growing with it. It's like, I know it's a healing thing, and I've been told that I'm a teacher healer. And the thing that's interesting to me is that I learn from every reading I do. I learn about myself from every reading I do. Um, so it's pretty gratifying, you know.
Yeah.
But not everybody wants to look at themselves that way. So, and that's cool too, you know. When you're
Yeah.
ready, you're
Well,
ready.
I've never thought I could tap into the records. I know Eckhart Tolle. Edgar Casey talked about the records, and so did Ruth Montgomery. Do you remember her?
Oh yeah. But
I read
everybody's
all
got
that stuff.
a different gift. I can do mediumship, but the records are, as Cindy said to me once, well, that must be your wheelhouse.
Yeah, but do you do readings for people on the records or no?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh, so people can write you and ask
oh
them.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Jesus,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I'm glad you told me.
Yeah, actually I love doing Akashic readings. I really do. So I think that's something I'm supposed to do.
So when you start making good money, you can get your website up and then put down the spot for the records.
Yeah, one of the funny things about money is, and it's probably a problem, is that I've never cared about it. Um, and so I look at, I don't charge a lot for an Akashic reading.
Uh-huh.
And and maybe I should, and maybe I don't know, I
Well,
don't
when you
know.
charge more is when you're so booked you can't see straight.
Oh, so I should charge more to get a lot of readings? Oh,
No,
that's
no, you don't charge more until you're packed. So you can't
oh,
charge
yeah,
a lot.
no, I don't. I don't. I just enjoy doing them, and plus sometimes they can last 2 hours. So it's like I'm trying to get them toned down to like an hour, but I just seem to go until there's no more to get.
Oh my God, I love it. Yeah.
So if that changes, it changes. I'll go with the flow of that. But in the meantime, it's rich. It's a rich place.
Okay, so I'm going to mention on the YouTube that you do Akashic readings, and they can email you about that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I haven't done a ton, maybe 40 or 50 at this point, but hopefully I'll do more.
40 or 50, that's good.
Well, yeah, but that's over a couple of years too, you
Okay.
know. It's not like in the last 6 months. You know, but and so far it's been word of mouth, you know,
That's
so
how I started.
yeah, I don't, you know, someone said, you know, when are you going to get a YouTube channel? I said, I don't, that's not who I am. I mean, you know, if it comes to that, I'll deal with it, but not now. I don't even
Well, the
know.
guides told me you're going to do a YouTube channel, and I argued with them.
Yeah, but look at who you are and your personality, and first of all, your gifts. But that's one section. But the other part of it is that you are an extrovert. And when you talk about, I mean, you're funny, you're deep, you're prophetic, and you enjoy it. You enjoy
I
being.
absolutely enjoy it. It's not
And
like I hate doing this.
I think that that's why it works so well. I think
Yeah.
that's why you can connect with people.
I had somebody write me the other day and said, "Can I tell you, I don't believe any of the psychic stuff you predict, but you are so GD funny. That's why I watch you."
You can't say those words on YouTube or something.
Oh, yeah, it's better not to, just be
Yeah,
safe.
I know.
But
I have to watch that with myself because I have a bit of a potty mouth.
yeah, I mean, it's like I have to laugh out loud. I thought that was fantastic
Well,
because
you
I
know,
have
anybody,
people write and
anybody.
say I was taking a drink and I blew it out my nose, and
You know something? These are times that laughter is absolutely required. And when you said that your guides told you that you would calm everybody down, you do a little more than that.
thank you.
You know, you do a little
But they
more.
also said if your ego gets involved with your gift, we will remove your gift.
Well, ego is, I think, an issue with quite a few readers, quite frankly.
Really.
But after a while, you can sort that out and, you know who to watch and who not to watch.
Well,
So,
they sure have gifted me. I mean, my goodness. I got that award. I never ask people to subscribe to my channel. If you look at all my stuff, I never say please subscribe.
no, you
I'll
don't.
say subscribe to other people.
Yeah, you do that. You
But
absolutely do.
I'll be honest with you, it's because I felt embarrassed. Like, oh, please, please like me. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, yeah. What did I just? Didn't I just? Didn't I just tell you about the thing that I got sent about people not liking you? You only have to worry if dogs don't like you.
There you go. And my
You don't have
doggies
to worry
love
about.
their mamas. Oh, I tell you, they love me. All right. Well, Jesus, girl, this is wonderful. We only had about 30 minutes, but
Oh, that's okay.
we got in a lot and you got introed and we put you on the map. And let's hope and pray that people check you out.
If it's meant to be, it will
It
happen.
will be. If you're going the direction you should go, like I know I'm going the direction
Yeah,
I should
yeah.
go.
I totally agree with you. Totally. And I really appreciate you doing this. I really do.
Thank you. I appreciate you doing it too.
And
Okay, you guys, bye-bye. This is Marianne Stikas.
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 It's a Greek name.
MStikas, MStikas at gmail.com, where you can write her, you can ask for more of these notes or ask her for a session. What do you mind if I ask how much your Akashic record sessions are?
100.
That's not bad.
No, no. And they
All
can,
right.
they can be like an hour, they can go a lot longer too. So they are what they are.
That should be interesting. Okay. Thank you
I'll
so
do
much.
one for you if you want.
Yeah, I want one. I
I
was
would
going to say
happily
this.
do that.
We're
That'd
going
be
to have to set that up.
all
All right.
right.
Bye, you guys.